Because along the way, when do you start picking up a guitar and saying, like, I love this blues?
Well, there you go. I actually, I didn't grow up playing music. I'd like to say I grew up playing two things, radio and baseball.
Okay.
But for some reason, this is shortly after I went to Lansing in the early 1980s, I started buying blues records. I don't really know why. I never listened to blues.
But it started speaking to you.
And the first blues album I ever bought was by a guy named Luther Allison, as it turns out. And I started buying, and then I was in Lansing, I said that this guy, Luther Allison, was going to be playing down in Ann Arbor at a place called Rick's Cafe. Now, I had never been to a blues show in my life, but I drove down there to see him.
And this is crazy because you have family in Tennessee.
Yeah, right. But again, I had no interest in music. I had no musical role models at all. But I saw Luther Allison live, and it literally changed my life. I said, I want to, because he was playing the guitar, and he had these students going nuts, and he was bending the notes and getting these incredible sounds. I said, oh my God, how can he do that? And I said, that's what I want to learn how to do. I went to a pawn shop. I got a guitar. I was terrible for about 15 years, but I kept at it. And one day somebody said, I was going to jam sessions down at the Soup Kitchen Loon, and somebody said, Luther, you're starting to sound kind of good, man. You should put a band together and put out a CD. And that's what I did. My first CD came out in 1999. I've done 4 now. And lo and behold, people started to like it. And I started getting, then I got an offer, believe it or not, to go to Belgium. A guy heard my music. So he paid for me in 2000. He paid for me and my band to go to Belgium. I played in Brussels. I played in Antwerp. I was able to take my wife and daughter with me.
I was going to say, that was the next question I got, because like when you take on something new as an adult, I don't know if you were married or dating at the time, but like when you talk to your social circle about it, I know they start looking at you.
Well,
like,
I was not playing music when I married my wife, but
Okay, so when you took it on, what did she say? She was just like,
well,
okay.
she was, well, to be honest, at one point she looked right at me and said, what are you doing? You can't sing. She just
sometimes even the people closest to you may not see the vision.
She said you cannot sing. Yeah, and I couldn't disagree with that. I'm not really a singer now, but I'm a scuffler. Is what I am. But nevertheless, but here's the thing, Kyrie. Once we had an offer for me to go to Belgium, and we were in Belgium, and she was in Belgium with me. She said, I like this.
Sometimes, hey, that's a point to say. Sometimes the people closest to you, they may not see it.
Yeah, but what happened was when I came back to Detroit, even though I was a beginner, people said like, well, Luther's been to Belgium, man. He must be good. And
doing something.
I started getting booked to play places. And I'm still basically a beginner, but one thing led to another, and I really enjoy it. While it's not a full-time job yet, I've been able to play in some great venues. I put out my own original music. I play in, as you know, I'm playing this Saturday at Tony V's Tavern in Detroit.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going.
But it's been a great journey. And if someone told me that I would be playing music and getting paid, I would have said you were out of your mind.
Last Fridays,
Saturdays.
It's last Saturdays. Okay, I'm about to mess this up myself. Okay, so we're gonna be rocking all the time, going and going and going and going.
Right.
I just like the mix of Paul Miles. Paul Miles is
great blues man.
Is somebody that was like, yeah, Luther should be down with something like this, and we are already in music, so let's just keep going there. Yeah. So your music journey, picking up the guitar to traveling the world with it. What's your take on creativity? As I love blues myself. Yeah. Just it's the emotion of it, because to me, blues is about the feel way more than everything else.
It's the essence, and I don't judge the music. All of it is good. I think there's something primal about blues, and it's a music that has literally changed the world. When you figure that this music, though there's some European elements, but essentially the guts of blues comes out of those cotton fields and those rhythms out of Africa. And even Carlos Santana, I saw an interview and they asked him, how would you describe your music? He says, my music is African music. And those notes, if you break down the musical theory of blues, without the blues, you cannot have the Rolling Stones. You cannot have Led Zeppelin. You cannot have all these other rock groups that have built their music out of that blues genre, which you separate the notes. When you watch guys in rock play solos for the most part, they're playing blues notes. A lot of cases, of course, it's classical, but a lot of these, Eric Clapton, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Well, I mean, Stevie Ray Vaughan did blues for a minute.
Oh yeah, and those are all blues guys. Even Clapton, they acknowledge that. So it's a art form that literally has changed the world, and a lot of people it's only associated with, oh, woe is me, my baby left me. Now that's an element of it, but blues are you play blues to get you through the blues, not to have more blues. Kari, if somebody comes see me at my show and they say, Luther, I had a great time, I feel so depressed. That ain't what you want to say. You say, I feel like I can take on the world because I heard this music. That's what blues does for people. It pushes them through the bad times and lifts their good times.
And when we talk about pushing through and lifting good times, the band that you're bringing together this Saturday coming up,
right?
What's the who you playing with? How long you been playing with them? And
these guys they're all fantastic musicians. Mickey Atkins is my keyboard player. We've been together about 7 or 8 years now. He is the first keyboard player for Parliament Funkadelic, if you do your history. So he's a great player. He also can do some great Motown. My drummer is a guy named Rick Good, who's been playing for years. And then my bass player is Jerome Yancey. All these guys are very well pedigreed musically. So in our show, we do blues. We do blues classics, but we do some of my original music. We put in some Motown. Rick can do some James Brown. So we can come at it a lot of different ways. We can give you old-fashioned rock and roll with Chuck Berry. We can give you some B.B. King, some Albert King, some Muddy Waters. We come at it all kinds of different angles. Kind of keep it fun, keep it dancing, keep it grooving, make you smile, and make you want some more. And so, and it's funny, Kyrie, because when I started playing music, I didn't really tell people at the newspaper or other folks. So it was like I was living in two worlds. And so I really wasn't that good. So, but now my worlds have kind of emerged, so I can be in a store anywhere and somebody will say, hey, you're the blues guy. Then somebody else will see me who doesn't know nothing about the blues and say, oh, you're the community guy in Rise Detroit. So it just depends on,
where you at.
Yeah.
Blues and the Badman Saturday at Tony V's Tavern. Come enjoy the blues style of Luther Badman Keith and his band. Bourbon Blues and the Badman is a show produced by Detroit is Different. Tickets are $15 and 2 for $20. Limited seating. Buy your tickets today at www.detroitisdifferent.com. Tony V's is located at 5756 Pass Avenue in Detroit's Wayne State University District.